Hey, Met friends! Andang here for another episode of LOTRO Players Adventures, episode 49. Next week is episode 50. I can't believe that this series has been going on for that long, but it is exciting that it is. Today we are going to be doing the Helmsdike epic battle with 4 people, and Pineleaf is on the call, but for some reason the launcher is messing up and he can't actually get into the game. But we're going to go ahead and get started here with Helmsdike.
I say it's very convenient he can't get in.
Indeed, very convenient on Epic Battle Week.
You notice I'm here and playing,
I
and
know.
Pine Leaf is not.
You
And
you
it's
know what,
Epic Battle
Drac?
Week.
You get a night in darkness.
And that's different than any other night now?
Well, you're a vampire, so I don't know. I can't give you any real rewards for showing up.
Okay.
Are you kidding? Alright, well, let's hope we don't die.
It'll
That's
be
the goal.
fine.
They're marching on the eastern end of the dike. Oh my goodness. Nobody cares.
Wait, did we start already?
Apparently in the 6-man it just automatically starts.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
What, you expected them to give you time to prepare?
Well, that would be nice.
Well, that's what they usually
So
do.
let's get one person on each lane, and if you need help, call out that you need help.
Do you want me to build barricades? Because I can.
Yes.
Rank 5 engineer.
And there's technically 6 lanes here. We'll see what happens.
Stand over at this one and see what goes on.
Now I should be able to cover these final 2 by myself, in theory. Because they're right next, they're closer than the others are together.
Was that in theory with air quotes?
There were very many air quotes on that in theory. I've never actually been over here. This is interesting, I guess. Here we go. Got the tripwire.
Well, I see soldiers are defeating somebody already, so there's combat somewhere.
Yeah, I'm fighting already.
Looks like my guys are too.
Just remember, if you ever need any help, just call out and we'll try to make it over there as quick as we can. And finally, are you still being locked out of the launcher? Or the game?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright, well, what I've done this week, I participated in Mythgard Mondays, had a lot of fun doing that. I don't remember what we did, but I had fun doing it, whatever it was.
We did the
Oh yeah, we did
tournament.
skirmishes. How could I forget? We had Pineleaf there. Man, that was a lot of fun. Also, I continued my Train Fever series, did a lot of recording on that. Really getting into that. It's getting to the point in the game where you just have so much stuff going on, like simulation games go, where it just becomes fun to just look around the map, let alone actually like placing stuff. So I've been having fun doing that. What else? Oh yes, also got my Volume 3 Epic Story series funded. So big thanks to my patrons for helping make that happen. And so I will be hopefully starting that up sometime this next week. Releasing it, I've already gotten into it a bit. Also, I did a preview video for update 15.2, which adds in roving threats in the weirdest places in Middle-earth. And so that level 100 enemies. So that'll be interesting as well, I guess. And that video's already out and already fairly popular, surprisingly. Considering it's kind of a minor update. And hey, somebody sent me a tell, so it looks like we're gonna have Terry Adorn with us.
Yeah, I asked for help.
Do you think we need it?
A little.
Fair enough.
I think help couldn't hurt. How does that sound?
Help could not hurt. That's a good point. And let's see. This week, hopefully, I'll also be getting out a the first episode of a new series because I finally had someone decide to do a Play with Andang thing on Patreon. So I helped Trish through the end of the Volume 1 Epic Story, that final instance. And so that should be an interesting and entertaining video that will be coming out sometime this week on my channel. And I think that's mostly it. Had a fairly light week of school this week, so I actually got a lot done, as you can tell, on my YouTube channel, and wrote some articles and different things like that, so that's been kind of nice. But anyway, enough about me. Terry Edwin, what have you been up to?
Hang on. How do we get to this encounter? I can't remember.
Let's see, this is the orc sappers behind the gate. So
Yeah.
I think that you actually have to, I think this is the one where you have to go down below by the gate.
I don't know where I am.
I'm gonna go over there, I guess. Oh yeah, you can use mounts, I
Oh, okay, I
forgot.
found the bridge.
Alright, I'm gonna
There's a
go and
rope on the
try
bridge.
helping. If we decide we have enough over there, then I'll just come back over here, but that is one thing that I like about epic battles that you can't do in skirmishes, which is actually mount up. Although you can't use war steeds, obviously. Alright. Silly sappers.
Looks like the forums aren't doing too well either.
You know what we need? We need a catapult.
I would not mind one. I'll never forget the preview video me and Atharos did, where he misplaced the catapult. And now, 70,000 viewers later, he hates that that's the most popular video on my channel. There we go. I was getting a little worried. But recently I'd been thinking a lot about why in Guild Wars 2 I actually don't want... Oh, there's a bomb over here.
Where?
Over here on the right. There we go, we got it. But I was thinking about why in Guild Wars 2 I actually don't want a level cap increase, but why in LOTRO I actually really do. And I think it's mostly because LOTRO doesn't have down leveling. I think
Yeah.
if LOTRO had the option to where players could choose to down level themselves at any time, that would be such a big advantage, and it also wouldn't get in the way of people who want to be like way overpowered.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like that's something we really need. And there's two bomb people that just went past us.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, defuse them. And so that's probably my biggest wish for LOTRO at this point in the game, is just allow for down leveling. Next bomb.
I'm on it.
Another one is about to get placed. There we go. Got another one. And two
That's a
went
giant
behind.
one.
2 went back here. 3. There's 3 back here. Quickly on this last one. There we go. Are there any others? This is
I don't
actually
see
really
any more
challenging.
outstanding
I mean,
ones.
sure, we're down 1 member, but I just
And
died.
Angus died. Our minstrel
And part of
just
that
died.
was, well, part of that was because we focused on the explosives instead of the mobs and the explosives.
And we lost a bunch of gate defenders.
And we lost a bunch of gate defenders. And I am glad that used to, in the
And
early
there's the ward.
in the early beta, they actually counted losses in the side quests towards your main one. And so you'd have like all these soldiers that died because they died down here. So I'm glad they decided to change that.
Yeah, that seems like it would have sucked.
It did. Because basically
So,
you
can I
had
pick
to
up this
do them.
catapult and take it back up?
I don't know. I haven't messed around with that enough on live. Alright, time to take the rope back up. To say we are very good rope climbers, it would seem.
Interesting. I was
It's on the
able
other
to finally
side
get
now,
to the
everybody.
launcher, and now it says all the worlds are down.
Weird.
I think your internet might be acting up maybe finally. Cause that's really weird. When the other of us got in just fine. Like, it's definitely seems, I mean, it might be something on the launcher end where it's just like that part of the where when you're, you know, in that part of the world, that's just something that's going on right now with it, but it seems pretty strange.
So the answer to that question is yes, you can dismantle it and recreate it and move it around.
Nice.
Presumably you need rank whatever engineer to do that, but kind of cool that you can.
Yeah, I miss on beta when I had like max rank engineering.
Oh look, there's more barricades over here. Do you want a catapult up here, Andang?
Barricade would be nice if you can build those up.
I can build these.
I don't need a catapult, but barricades are good. Yeah, let's spread out a bit more. You guys defend there, I'll go further down. Are there only 3 on this end? Well, that makes it a lot easier, actually.
The stables behind the gatehouse are under attack. Protect the horses before they are driven.
Oh, that's stable horse quest.
Alright, I'm gonna tell this captain to do all these upgrades. And then I'm gonna go help the horse people.
Look how much faster this goes with us both working on it, Drac.
Yeah, it does go pretty quick. I guess we should go down to the horses, huh?
And don't forget you can mount up.
Can also use the
Oh,
rope.
they're all about to die.
Yeah, you got to get to that one like right away. And
Like,
Yeah,
as
I
soon as
usually
it goes
place
off.
traps right by the horses, and that usually helps out a lot. It's so sad when they hit the horse and it just like it actually moves like it gets hit, but then it just stays stagnant. It's like it's just getting beat up.
So what I did this week,
Yep.
now that I can actually talk about it because I'm not like trying to not die. Let's see, I did some more with my Hobbit Mini, working on Volume 3, but we went back to do Volume 2
Mm-hmm.
because Trish was stuck, Trish Lambert, and we volunteered to help, and since we hadn't really done any Volume 2, it was easy enough to catch up. So we got her unstuck last night and started working on Moria skirms and was up until like 2:15 in the morning doing Moria skirmishes. We got the first two, and then I was like, yeah, I'm falling over asleep. I need to go to bed. And we still have one more to do. And then she and I ran our hunters through Volume 3. So
Nice.
we did the Rift skirmish.
You guys are
Which
ahead
is
of
a
me.
fun- It's a fun skirmish to do, and then we went down into Enidwythe and did some of that. And of course, my hunter was running around today before the show, working on the Grey Company rep because I needed the port because I have all the ports. That's like all the ports up to 62, and she's level 67, so she doesn't get another one until level 70. Because what's the point of being a hunter if you are a not great taxi?
Yeah.
Because the whole point of being a hunter is to taxi everyone else around. I mean, everybody knows this. So yeah, I have all the ports. Did some of the old region metadeeds with a couple of characters. Let's see, I did the Shire metadeed. No, I did the Arid Luna metadeed on my mini, my other mini. And did Arid Lewin and the Shire on my Runekeeper. So I've got like 4 or 5 characters through the Shire metadeed, which is not a fun metadeed to do because you have to do the mail quests, and you have to do the pie quests, and you have to do Shire Brewmaster, and you have to do like a total of 75 quests for all the tiers of Life of a Bounder.
Yes, but when you consider that the pie quests and the
The mail quests and the pubs alone are like 39 quests. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really not too painful. It's just like, oh my god, and then you have to do all the Slayer's deeds, and
Okay.
yeah.
all right. Oh, I have some bad news. I finally got in.
That's bad news. I guess for you
Well.
it is. Oh my. That's crazy how long it took you to get in the game. But we could have used you like 2 seconds earlier to help us save the horses from being driven off. If we
Yeah,
would have
the
had
horses-
one more person, we would have won, I think.
All right.
I think I want a ballista up here.
Nope, the places we're protecting moved.
Yep.
I was inviting
we
Pine
supposed
Leaf
to be
and didn't
protecting?
notice.
Actually, it looks like there's an army running towards me right now. So. Oh, Terry Adwin seems to be
I'm building a ballista.
building a ballista.
Okay,
What
there's
can
2 over
I
there.
do at
I'll
the
go back over this way.
Oh, what
Down there.
capabilities do I have in epic battles at the moment?
Well, you have all your warden skills.
Well, yeah, let's see. I've got. See,
That's
it's still.
significant right there.
Looks like I can. Okay, let's add some caltrops. Oh yeah, quick.
The stun traps give you more bang for your buck. Typically. As long as you place them in the right spot.
Oh, and my Runekeeper earned the Pork Chopper title, which I've never actually gotten before.
How did you manage to avoid getting that one?
I don't know. I'm not totally sure how that happened, but yeah, it happened.
What do you have to do for that one?
You have to kill a boar in 7 different zones in Eriador.
Oh, yeah. One of them probably not Evandem.
Right.
Oh, by the way, did Trish make it to level 70?
She did. She was very excited.
Yes, because she's about to go on a tour to Gondor next week on Monday after. So,
Yeah, she's very excited about that.
yeah.
She's like,
We
my friend's 70.
we probably should not have gone up to Martin that close.
Probably not.
The thing is, by the time I was already in Martin, I was like, well, we're halfway there to... we might as well make it the
I mean,
whole way
if you're
there.
gonna go to Forts of Eisen with underleveled characters, going up through Martin was probably not the way to do it.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting part of the Fort of Eisen. The other side's boring. But we still do have to show Helm's Deep and then make it into Paths of the Dead and off to Gondor.
So here's a question. Do we want to maybe try starting in Helm's Deep? And ride back to Edoras?
Don't think that everyone will be able to make it to Helm's Deep. I think the farthest I don't remember where Trish had her milestone.
She wasn't able to use the Edoras one because...
Right, it was somewhere before there.
Snowburn, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
She can use Edoras now.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm actually hitting anything.
You have to go in front of the guards. Oh, you mean with
No,
your
I'm
catapult?
using a ballista. I have a ballista. Because actually trying to do melee stuff is useless.
Unfortunately, while I'm throwing javelins, I'm not completely effective since I'm in.
An enemy war machine.
The other thing that Terryadwin did this week was we farmed some Losothrep. And because I volunteered to have somebody make Tundra Bear Cub token for Trish. Not myself, of course, because I don't do crafting. I volunteered somebody else. Actually, the guy who plays Teriadorn.
Be sure to make the war machines not reach. And you do that by picking up the arrows and giving them to the archer and stuff like that.
Well,
This is the silliest quest in the whole game.
Now, I don't know if it's the silliest quest in the whole game or not.
Okay, it's the least logical quest in the whole game.
Okay.
Chicken play makes more sense than this.
I will give you that, yes. Because the whole goat droppings thing in Moria is kind of silly, too.
Well, fair enough. Forgot about that one.
It actually came up last night when we were doing some of the Moria stuff with Trish. She said something about how you never see the goat droppings, and then we're like, oh no, that's a goat. like rode past.
Then he went to the Red Horn Loads.
Yeah, we had to go there anyway, so we rode past that area and like, look, there's a goat dropping right there. And she's like, oh my god. Fun things to look forward to in Lotro.
Yeah.
It's actually funny because my the Hobbit minis are further ahead in Volume 3 than my Hunter is. They're down into Dunland already, and so I said I don't want to help any of these people. And the kidmate who's running it with me is like, are you sure? I said, no, they're all horrible people. I don't want to help any of them. I just want to do the epic and get through here. So yeah, we're not helping any Dunlendings this time around. We may go back and do some of those quests later because you get decent cosmetic pieces, but for now we're just going to stick to the epic.
Yeah, I'm thinking about literally just doing the epic through Dunland.
I thought you were supposed to be able to talk to some of these and give them arrows, but none
That
of
is
them will
in
talk to me.
the solo version, Pineleaf.
Oh, what do you do in the group version?
You walk
So
up
you
to
just
them,
pick up arrows?
you pick up arrows and walk up to them.
I've already got arrows.
Well, you have to make sure that they need arrows when you walk up to them.
Well, unfortunately, none of them do. You seem to be doing such a great
Yeah,
deal
we
of
got
supply
it pretty
to
well
that I'm
covered, it seems.
superfluous.
But yeah, this quest is different in solo. It's much less logical. And this quest is
Even less logical than the one that's already in? That's in solo? Wow.
well, I mean, the group quest is more logical than the solo, is what I'm saying.
Fight is not over yet.
Because solo makes no sense. You just are right-clicking on people, not even picking up arrows. It makes no sense at all. Yeah, Drax got it down over there.
Yeah, I'm going to move my ballista a little bit. And the other thing that I did with Trish was we did the exploration from top to bottom in the Volume 3.
Yep.
Yeah, we actually did the whole thing, which is the second time that I've completed it. And she said, I'm so glad that you're doing this with me, 'cause if she'd done it solo, she probably wouldn't have finished it.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that is. I don't think I've finished it.
You mean, is that the one that gives you the title of the Thorough?
Yes,
That's not like that's a deed, right? Not a required.
it's a deed, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go in that building as part of the epic, but the quest, the deed itself is optional. Which is good, because Terry Edwin did not finish it.
I don't think I've ever finished that either.
Yeah, I'm not a.
I think I've done it once.
I
I've
was.
done it-
Actually, I think I've done it twice. I think I also did it on Bulrar once.
Because we did it with the Hobbits. And it was the first time I had ever finished it. And managed to actually find my way around without getting too badly lost. Which is something of an achievement for me in and of itself. Because my direction sense is not that great.
Yeah, I used to complete deeds a lot when I was in my raiding kin and before. But then kind of got burned down on Lotro, and now I'm just. I'll do the story. That's enough. Do the story and the quests. And
I'm
the group stuff.
completionist enough that I will eventually go back and do everything on all of my characters, which means a lot of things on a lot of characters, because I have 13 right now on Landreval. And I say right now because I'm like thinking of making more. But it's not something that I like have to do all the time. Like if I get into a new zone and I start a new deed, I don't stay there until the deed is finished. Because I'm not quite that insane. I'll go back and finish stuff later. Which is why I'm doing all the beginner zones on my higher level characters, because it's easier to do them that way.
Yep. And hey, we won.
Yay, we won! And it was an actual win.
Yeah. So now,
Looks like we got silver overall.
now,
You are kidding me.
it's not my fault Turbine doesn't know how to actually make the group sizes be 12, 6, and solo and duo on all their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Yep, be
We're
sure
gonna die. We're
to
gonna die.
help out with the catapults to take out the enemy catapults, because that's important.
Right.
Particularly in the raid version, it's very important.
Where are the catapults? I know there's one up here. Where's the? Is there another one somewhere?
I believe that there's a second one on another tower.
Yeah.
I can help you build this one. It goes a lot faster.
Especially since you have points in engineering.
I do, and I can upgrade the armor, and I can upgrade the speed.
All right. Let me.
Alright, are they coming yet?
Let's see if anything's. They're marching on the western wall. All right. Okay. So. All right. I'll start building
Okay.
this one, I guess.
Gonna put in a triple shell with some slowing powder. Crank this baby.
One thing I like is that you can actually do it from all the way over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now let me.
Okay, so I'm gonna start aiming left or right. You tell me when to stop.
Yeah, right now they're not coming.
Because I can't actually see.
Alright, that's actually good right there
Okay.
for now.
Oh, I can upgrade the damage too.
Maybe to the left one more.
Oh. All right. Well, let's see. What do we have
That's
here?
as far left as it's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's far enough. Alright, almost there.
Okay. I don't see anything, so I guess everything's happening on your end.
Yep.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Okay, I see.
We
it.
gotta load it.
Yeah. All right. Looks like they're not. They're only attacking one front, so I guess I should go and help you guys. Because nothing's coming here on the east.
Yeah, we might have to go to the other one. There we go. Alright, now let's go to the other side and help them take out that final one. At least I think that there's one on this tower. Yep. But yeah,
I'm
there's
just
one.
gonna leave this one
There's,
loaded and cranked.
I believe that there's 3 of them throughout this whole wall, and
Okay.
we were on the middle one.
Oh.
That was.
All right. Let's see. Looks like there's somebody already doing this one. So.
Yeah, but you can help them go faster, which we definitely need.
Yeah,
Right now.
Oh well.
speed is good.
We
Somebody
just
go
had
ahead and load it up.
I'm on the wall right now.
Oh well.
Okay.
I'll load it. I can put in a triple shell.
If you could also upgrade the armor, because I'm guessing it needs it.
Oops.
Yeah, as you can see, the raid version is much more interesting as
Yeah.
far as what's going on.
Well,
in the
yeah, I
environment.
noticed they don't start with all the rock drops preloaded like you
Yep.
do in the solo version. Bombs away!
I love seeing the bodies fly. Just.
It's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can drop in a triple shell.
Yep. Every time.
I'll just load it. Somebody else can crank it.
Yep. The triple shell is just amazing.
The triple shell is awesome.
That is just amazing.
Well, and I have the damage upgraded. So. And I tossed in some slowing powder.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just like, kill all the things. Oh, the
Alright.
reed version, the hornbird, is way over here.
Oh, okay. Well, alright. I am
Whole other
fighting-
section of wall.
okay. I'm at the encounter right now.
Alright, I'm gonna
Fighting
go and help.
goblins.
And, so, Drac, what have you been up to this week?
I also did Mythgard Monday. Did the skirmish that we did. That was interesting.
Yeah, this week was not a normal week.
Yeah, that was the first time I've been at Mythgard, so yeah. And also did a tier 2 skirmish last night with Pineleaf. We did Thievery and Mischief, actually. And as far as Lotro, that's all I did.
Do you guys need any help with the mission? Or do you think you have it covered? Because there's a lot of guys on this wall.
Well,
That's not an answer, Pineleaf.
well, unfortunately, I don't know it well enough in order to know whether or not we're doing
Yeah,
well
I
with
don't
this
know
or.
how well we're doing. I
Well,
think
are you
we're gonna
losing
check-
stuff, or
We're losing some supplies, but the door's okay.
and
I
you're
think the
repairing the
doors-
door?
I don't think you can repair the door.
Maybe that's a different one. Alright, well we've killed off a lot of these
Repair the
orcs, so
door.
I'm gonna go in and help you guys.
And other game-wise, I played a little bit more of Rift and Defiance. I kind of jump in and out of those just for a little bit. I also loaded up Neverwinter again. For some reason I had uninstalled it. I don't remember why. Then I reinstalled it and jumped into game, and then I remembered why I uninstalled it. I just cannot get into Neverwinter. I just can't do it. I can't tell you other than the fact that it's based on 4E. What else about it that I don't like, but I can't do Neverwinter.
Alright, we might fail this. Considering on the main mission we've lost 7 soldiers.
Oh,
Yeah,
7 soldiers? That's and on the side one, I just saw Rohirrim fall.
I'm not sure where the soldiers are dying. I'm trying to
Oh, I
figure
think
that
they're
out.
dying over here.
Okay.
Oh, there's a goblin attacking the gate again. Okay, repairing gate. Okay, I guess that was paired as far as it'll allow us. Rohirrim commander has fallen.
Yeah, that's not good.
Let's see, 4 banners burned, 1 commander defeated, 12 soldiers defeated,
And I died.
5 healing
Andang
supplies
died.
destroyed, and 60% of the door is damaged.
Yeah, good luck.
We lost another commander.
Yeah, it's just, we're gonna lose.
This is the one that I couldn't get past solo.
Really?
Yeah.
And on your champion?
On my champion, I could not get past this solo.
That's kind of surprising, actually. Especially if you ignore the side objectives, this is relatively easy, I thought.
Yeah, 'cause I tried taking that advice and ignoring the side objectives, and it just kept getting overwhelmed.
Okay. Failed deeping wall raid.
Wall raid.
Yep, not surprised on that.
Gambling has fallen.
If some week we do have 12, we might try this again, but I doubt we'll try this again.
The door to the Hornburg has been destroyed.
Yep. All right. So
You already failed.
while we have everybody here, we do still have time for Pelargir. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way, and then we'll have all the epic battles out of the way.
Then when did... Oh, that was with a different group. Okay. Actually, let's see...
This is the only one of these that I kinda sorta enjoy.
I haven't ever done this one on a 6-man. I've done all the other ones in their bigger groups, but I've never done this one.
The 6-man one, you're gonna want me on the ballista in the second thingy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, the ballista is
You
very
don't-
useful.
Apparently, you don't need to run it solo to unlock it.
No,
Aragorn and his forces wait on us, my friends.
Thought you did. Will
No,
they
apparently
change
not,
that
because
finally?
I'm in, and I haven't finished it on this server yet.
Huh. Well, that's interesting, I guess. I wonder if that's true for all of them now. If they finally abolished that that rule.
like this first stage
Yeah,
up to
I have
the
a
wheel
feeling...
and through the wheel is still kind of boring, but after that it actually gets kind of more interesting in the group.
Oh, you should have seen Through the Wheel on the beta.
Yeah, it's a lot better than it was on beta, but it's
It
still
was literally
way
like, what,
too
20
long.
minutes?
Yeah, it's still way, way too long, but they have improved it a little bit.
Alright, let's take both paths so that, you know, we don't fail.
They usually only come from one side.
Usually, but sometimes, like right now, they're on both sides.
I didn't know that there were 2 sides.
Yep, there are. Alright, what else have you done this week, Drac?
That is pretty much it.
Okay, Pine Leaf, what have you been up to?
All right, we will...
Winch, let us open
Let's see, on Arkenstone, I was in the same Thievery and Mischief run as Drac and Brannock, where we ran that at Tier 2, and everything went reasonably well there.
We've drawn attention. Defend the winch.
It was a small fellowship run. All right, on Landreval, my minstrel reached level 50 and is doing quests in Ekkad Eregion, doing the Barid Morlas quests. And I also participated in the Mythgard Mondays where we did the Siege of Gondaman. So that went reasonably well. Where we were divided by level, so people tended to be with their own level group. I heard that's not how things normally went on Mythgard Mondays, so...
Right.
Be sure to stop the torchbearers when they come.
That was a lot of fun. It's the first time that I've done Gondaman in a group with Tyrion. It's really the first group skirmishing she's done at Cap.
Okay.
The bigger the group as a champion, the better.
Yeah.
Just more and more AoE.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Torchbearer.
Also, can I just go on record as saying that I have problems with half-trolls?
I think everybody has trouble with
The thing is,
trolls.
they're lore appropriate, so I don't know.
That's not something I want to think about. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant trouble in fighting them.
No. No. That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, never mind.
Drac got it!
I
Yep.
was going to say something, but never mind.
It's
Okay.
even worse the insinuated way that orcs come about. So, yay! Adult themes. Oh, we had a torchbearer go through, it looked like.
Yeah.
I didn't see one, so sorry.
Well,
I
the
didn't
thing
see
was
that
on
till the
fire,
thing
so...
was in flames.
Yeah, I've been shooting them as soon as I see
That's
them.
okay, we put it out, we repaired it, it's good.
Not sure how he snuck in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to be
something.
careful. We got this big statue of Aragorn looking at us.
That's why the stun traps really help out.
It really does look like Aragorn, too.
Yep. I think that's intentional.
Well, it has to be intentional. I mean, it is a statue of him.
It's not a statue of Aragorn.
It is. Okay, the name they have on it is the name that Aragorn used when he defended Pelargir and routed the Corsairs.
But isn't
So,
that
I don't-
happening right now, Pinely?
No, the first time he did it.
When was that?
That was in the... Let's see.
About how many years ago?
In the younger days of Denethor, because Denethor was
Okay.
jealous of Aragorn ever since then, which is one of the...
Well,
or at
Thoros
least of
told
the
me
first-
wrong then. I
of the
thought it
first
was Aragorn.
quest-
I thought it was actually Aragorn too, because I had I remembered something like that had happened. But then Thoros was like, no, that's just some other old Gondorian ruler.
No, it's Aragorn.
I'm glad you're on the show, Pineleaf, justifying my thoughts, however much later they are.
And in fact, that's why that's why you had the guy dancing at Lynn here in the epic storyline,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty clear. I think I can't remember some of the. Yeah,
Well-
I think it is mentioned the appendices. Otherwise, they couldn't do it in Lotro.
What used to be there then?
I don't know because it's.
Did they just like recarve a statue?
Well, maybe.
Because I mean
the
that's
Corsairs
quite a
respect whatever
construction
used to be
project for just happening a few years ago in Middle Earth time. Stop this torchbearer if you can. Ah. We're all working on it.
there. Is this like what?
You get enough people with engineer skills and it goes pretty fast.
At some point, there's a law of diminishing returns there, I would think.
See what I mean? This goes on way too long.
Yeah, I would have been okay like 5 waves ago.
I'm kind
mean,
of
I
just
get-
now
I get-
annoyed by it, but
I say they need about 3 waves.
It's done.
And behold, there is our
it takes a long time to get open the gate. I'm sure that there's a passage somewhere. In fact, actually, I remember during the dev preview, I'm pretty sure they said that there's a passage that talks about how long, or how like big the gate, like
get
how
the gate
big
open.
the gate is, and how it's challenging to get it open or something. There's
Yeah, but
some
have-
reference somewhere.
Have you ever like zoomed your camera out and adjusted your angle to see that the gate actually isn't open, but they say
Yeah.
it is?
Yep. Yep.
It's like it's done. The gate's open. No, it's not. Why couldn't you have just walked through earlier and saved us all the problem?
He's got an army full of undead. Why couldn't they come through and open the gate?
Maybe they can't open the gate because they're undead and
It's
can't
complicated.
interact with objects or something like that.
They can interact with objects enough to beat the crap out of us.
Maybe they just scare them to death.
Maybe they just like to walk through the floor like they are
I
now.
don't know. All right. On yes, on Gladden, I
join us at the
reached level 40,
Nice.
and I'm questing in the Troll Shawls. And I completed book 4 of the epic storyline. On Langeville, my minstrel reached level 50. Oh, that's right. I already talked about that one. I just had skipped Gladden before. All right. On Winfola, my Bjorning reached level 80. I finished book 7, and I've have the mounted my mounted combat steed,
pillagers everywhere. Let us rout them.
and I also am questing in the Norcrofts. And also that's where we had our concert today. On my minstrel on Winfalla, participated in a concert with Lily Kate's group. And that went pretty well. We had a nice crowd there. So thank you, Winfola, for showing up. That's my home server, so it's good to see that we had a nice audience.
Okay, I'm gonna stay up here and defend the ballista.
Yep.
Which it's amusing that I can still do that and do the Xing Xing.
Yeah, I find that really satisfying. It's overpowered, but you know, whatever. We're just that good.
And let's see. I also played a bit of Don't Starve, and seeing how many ways I could die in that game. And that covers everything.
Nice.
Okay, let's see if I can get this ballista aimed.
Oh, one thing I did find out this week is that the next Bond title and some of that stuff, they actually won their lawsuit, and the next Bond title is Spectre, which is really exciting if you know your Bond lore, because they can now actually use the supervillain terrorist group known as Spectre.
Why was there a lawsuit involved with it?
Why is there a lawsuit involved at any time during Bond's history? It's like that's all that Bond has is lawsuits. Basically, other people, because of the whole Thunderball thing and that entire lawsuit that's still going on, they finally won over the rights to Spectre and all that stuff after this whole long time. And so now they can actually use the really big villains there. And Christoph Waltz, who's the guy from the villain in Inglourious Bastards and a few other things, is supposed to be in the next film. And he's probably going to be playing the supervillain or one of his henchmen, so that's kind of exciting. And also, because all the Bond films but Skyfall were going off Netflix this weekend, I watched a lot of Bond films this week.
A little bit to the left.
Citizens are pinned by the enemy. We must rescue them, or they will surely be lost.
And they're all ready to fight.
Where are these citizens? Okay.
Yeah, if I remember right, they only send one at a time, at least in solo.
Yeah, not the same thing in the group.
So far, they've just sent, okay, here come two.
Oh, I just saw a half troll crusher. I'm gonna ballista some people.
It's a verb now.
It is a verb.
I ballisted you. You're
Well,
ballisted.
I got it aimed just right so I can kind of shoot a bunch of people all at once.
There's a half troll in this group if you
That's
didn't see it.
funny.
I saw it. I decided to let you guys handle it.
Okay, thanks for that.
I figured Pine Leaf's the tanky out of all of us.
Pine Leaf is rather tanky, that is true.
Out of this group.
Like I always say, we don't need a tank, we have a Pine Leaf.
We are in trouble.
I forget, can you heal the citizens? You can.
You can heal the citizens.
There we go. If only we had a healer. I know you can heal with the skill, which I just did, but healers do come in handy, particularly the healing pet, because it automatically heals everybody.
You have a mini.
Not with us, though.
Oh, where'd he go?
I don't know. We don't need him, though, at the moment.
You don't need him.
At the moment.
It's super satisfying watching all these guys just keel over.
Yeah.
Sorcerer has come into the area. We must defeat him before he turns the tide against us.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that to happen.
Okay, now I gotta take the rope down.
Well, I guess this is King Kenneth.
You definitely want to focus him down. He does a ridiculous amount of damage usually.
Yeah, and watch the Wonder Twins too. They usually try to get up there and get killed by him.
Feel free to go crazy hunter on him, Drac.
Oh, I already am. So I'm surprised I haven't pulled aggro yet.
Yeah, I am too. Finally's doing a good job.
Okay, so I have this really cool animation glitch going on right now. I'm firing my arrows from my sword.
What?
It's
Sort
pretty,
of.
it's pretty sweet looking.
Oh yeah, you are. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm gonna forget killing this boss and come over and look at this. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
Boss is down.
Did you watch that video they shared with Brax a while ago about how they actually, archers actually used to fire?
I don't remember if I did.
Probably
so
not then.
Apparently I
Because it was
didn't,
pretty
yeah.
amazing. Basically, you know, they used to hold their arrows while they fired so that they could fire off in rapid succession. And they found out that it's actually not on the right side but on the left usually where they fire from, because it actually is half the time to fire from that direction than the other. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but the video did a good job about it. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I'll have to look that up and watch that.
Yeah, ask Max about it. He has it somewhere.
Okay, I will ask him.
Looks like the conflict has moved a little bit.
Yep. That's not good when you're a stationary person.
That's okay. I can re-aim.
This makes even Boromir from the films look like a weakling.
What are you guys fighting?
An epic
Kiss
foe.
some tank, some epic foe, I guess.
The other, yeah, boss that pops up, or semi-boss, I guess he's not technically a boss, because he's not announced, but...
Maybe he's the boss to the assault.
But I don't know if you guys saw my preview video for the roving threats, but the Fellowship roving threats actually have 2,700,000 morale.
Yeah.
And they do damage like they have that much morale.
On to join our
It's pretty ridiculous how strong they are.
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
See, it only takes 2 of them to open that gate, because they're
Yeah.
elven. And it's a lot lighter gate, but that's besides the point.
Special elves.
They're the Special Elves unit, is that what you're saying?
Uh-huh.
Come get us.
Well, that pair is certainly special.
Oh man, sorcerer effects.
I hear yipping.
Oh.
I live with 3 chihuahuas, so I occasionally hear the yip 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 in the background.
We must defend this spot so that Oregon's forces are not flanked.
Drac and myself started building at the same time, so all of a sudden it just like goes crazy.
That builds so quick. It's insane how fast that builds.
It's like almost like Lego effect build speed.
Oh, the other one's already built. Jeez.
That's because I was on the other one.
Yeah, she's upgraded and awesome. And I don't think they even
It's
come
near
from.
5, yeah.
Well, yeah, a little bit of them do, but not near as many as come from the other direction. And I hate how these don't go as far either.
Actually, when we did this the last time on Fellowship, they aimed it
Oh, of
at
course they
the dock.
stop.
They aimed it at the dock for where the enemies are going to show up. So you had one aimed to one doorway and one aimed to the other side of the stairs.
Hmm.
And just loaded them up and waited for the guys to show up and like decimated them with the catapult. It was
That's
pretty
an
sweet.
interesting way of doing it, I guess.
Let's see, where's this one targeted at?
They're just gonna stand there, because, you know, that's what you do.
Yeah, I could use some help taking out the torchbearers.
Where are they?
Over here by this catapult.
I hate it when they get up just in time, after you cut it off. Oh, time to fire that one. If you're over there, fire the catapult.
That was like massive knockback. That was cool.
I noticed.
Like everything went flying.
Trying to find these other scouts. I don't see them.
They just come in, I believe. But there, you also have to look for a few of them. Let's go look.
Oh, there's one.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Oops.
This is kind of one of those side objectives
And I
that
died.
do not make sense.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. They're scouting to see from this other direction.
Well, I guess.
They're basically scouting out a possible flank. So I mean, it makes kind of makes sense at least.
Well, maybe. I wonder where he came.
Oh, you died, Terry Edwin.
Yeah, I got a little overwhelmed.
In other words, oh, okay. Well, we're taking
Think I
care
have
of
a
the
res incoming,
scout.
yeah.
So let's take care of these guys again.
Yep, we're making our way back over.
I hear res music. Okay.
A Pelargir archer has snuck up from behind. He fires on us with deadly aim. We should deal with him quickly.
Okay, where is this guy?
He appears over here in the doorway, and he's an enormous pain.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he single-handedly destroyed the last group I was in.
Yeah, everybody focus on this if you can. Minstrel helps out a lot.
Minis are cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as awesome as champions, but they're pretty cool.
I don't know, the targeting thing where you can see like the target of the target is pretty nice. It's just a cool effect to see. Failed?
Well, we didn't kill him in time.
Uh,
It's timed.
well, who cares about that?
I've never been in a group that's actually been able to do that one because they don't give me enough time to kill him. I don't think, even with really good DPS.
Huh.
His sealed door.
That's why the group that I was in did the catapult thing. You aim this one over there.
Yeah, but that feels like
Have lost.
not an exploit, but some like you shouldn't have to do that.
Slaves have been lost and they're out. What? Oh yeah, that's a bug.
Yeah, I blame Pine Leaf.
What?
You showed up late,
Blame Pine Leaf.
and you're the navigator out of all of us. Well, I take that back. You get lost all the time. You you
Calling me
showed.
the navigator. That's what your problem
They
is.
asked for directions from you, and clearly that did not work out.
Obviously.
That was
All
kind
right.
of cool where they
We have
all came up
Zarkov
at the
here.
same time. That was nice. Yes, we do. I'd say Epic Battles as a group are better than some of the group instances that we've attempted, as far as frustrating mechanics go. And nobody says anything.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
Like for example, the whole one with the cage and the mammoth in Lost Dunhoth or wherever.
Yeah.
That one's
Agreed.
just ridiculous.
Holy cow.
There's a lot of Corsairs. We might want to protect the soldiers. Because they're dying off. Although I guess you don't get counted off for dying soldiers in this one, do you?
I don't think
Forgot
so.
about that.
They talk about citizens survived, defender survived, and supplies protected.
Yeah, but I don't think the soldiers count as defenders.
Basically, you just got to keep the twins alive. That's really the only thing you got to worry about.
Yeah.
I wish that's how, because see, this is the positive progression.
Okay.
I wish that the other epic battles were weighted this way. But then that would be another whole year of rebalancing, so. Of course, there's more. Yeah, I really don't get why Aragorn doesn't just, walk over here. That's something that never made any sense to me.
Like, hey, thanks for helping out. No, we get no recognition.
Well, I mean, it's not that.
Well,
It's just that he doesn't even walk over to like clear up the people that are at the bottom of the wall.
There's a lot of dead people on the ground over there.
Is in full defeat.
Yep. There we go.
Ooh, I just did something.
Yeah, we won.
No, my rep changed.
Yeah, it gives rep.
It does give rep. Hey, I got ally to. Is it ally? Known to Pelargir. Cool.
Gift of Pelargir, not as good as the Gift of the Valar, I must say.
Well, I don't know. Gift of the Valar kind of sucks.
Compare, yeah. Well, the main thing I talked about that is because there was a whole discussion on my. Where was that?
Well-
There was some discussion somewhere on either LOTRO
Twitter,
Players or
I
my
saw
channel.
Well, at least I got some decent earrings today.
Yeah, I got a nice earring and a nice necklace. So
I didn't actually get anything that was better than the stuff I already had. But I did a lot of Pelargir.
So, anyway, that is the epic battles. We've done all the group ones we're going to do. Yay!
It's important to have that caveat in there because it's not all the group ones.
There is still the 3-man, but we've only been doing 6-man and 12-mans in this series, so
Yeah.
makes sense. But anyway, we completed them. Finally. Drac doesn't have
Yay, we
to
won.
worry for another 49 episodes because we've already done them. So, that's good.
yay!
So anyway, this week we did not receive any Patreon mentions, but we of course would love your support. To help support LOTRO Players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even guests for an episode on LOTRO Players news or adventures, and there are only a couple weeks left of adventures, so if you're wanting to guest on the show, now is the time to do it. And you can also email us, podcast@lotroplayers.com. You can follow us on Twitter, the Players Alliance, @PlayersAlly, LOTRO Players, @LOTRO Players, Andang myself, @PVMP_Andang, Draculetta, @Draculetta_72. Oh, I messed it up. I had been doing 70 dose for so many weeks.
I was about,
No!
about to say,
No!
why is it 72 all of a sudden?
No! Ah. 70
Epic
dose.
fail.
Terry Adwin and Princess Terradia. And you can follow Pineleaf @Pineleaf Needles. The Players' live shows include Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, DDO Players News, and at a new time, Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Guild Wars Players News. Once again, that's 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays, Guild Wars Players News. That's 2 hours earlier than normal. And Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, LOTRO Players News. You can join us for our live shows at lotroplayers.com/live. And you can join us on Landerville for LOTRO Players Adventures, at least for the next couple weeks. We still have the remaining Gondor warbands and also the group area, landscape area in central Gondor. And so there is that still, but you can join us on Landerville for LOTRO Players Adventures every Saturday for those next 2 weeks at 5 p.m. Eastern. So thank you guys so much for listening. Can't believe I messed up 70 dose, but oh well.
Oh.
Till next time, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you again real soon for more adventures.